Richard Gelfond is the Imax CEO joining us from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Richard, good to have you with us.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
So this listing, what difference does it make for your company?
I think we have a much stronger international presence since we first listed on NASDAQ. We're in about 50 countries now. Our second largest market after the U.S. is China, then Russia, big presence in Europe. And I think the New York Stock Exchange's expanded presence will help investors follow the consumers into the IMAX business.
And let's talk about China, because I think you're opening something upwards of 100 new theaters in China. Correct me if I'm wrong, but give me the timeline on that.
Yeah, we have 35 open today. We have another 65 open in backlog. Over the next several years, some of them are new builds, so you can't exactly say. But in the next 3 or 4 years, 100 will be open. Our activity is so great there, though. We signed 50 new theaters last year, so I would expect to see that number go up rapidly.
Go up rapidly. Okay, so we can expect to see some by the end of this year then?
Oh, as a matter of fact, in the first quarter of this year, I think something like 4 or 5 theaters have already opened.
Richard, a lot of people, when they talk about your company, they immediately think about 3D movies because obviously that's been shown quite a bit on your, on your unique screens. There have been so many 3D movies out in all sorts of theaters. Do you get any sense that there is now a backlash on 3D movie content?
Actually, we've gone out of our way to not become a 3D movie company. In fact, our key word is balance between 2D and 3D. So if you go back 2 years ago, out of our 14 movies, 10 were 2D. And if you look at among our best performers in 2010 were Inception and Harry Potter.
Okay.
With that said, I think 3D is robust. I think it's here to stay. It plays an important part in the entertainment landscape, but it's never going to be only 3D. It's going to be a mix of 2D and 3D.
And Richard, I've got to ask you this. Your company's name pops up over and over again as a takeover target. Disney, the latest one, mentioned to possibly be interested in your company. What do you say to that?
What I say to that is we have a lot of organic growth. Our screen count is growing by over a 20% compound annual growth rate. Our box office doubled from 2009 to 2010. So why would we want to sell right now? I think we have a lot of growth going forward, and we think our shareholders will be better off hanging on for the ride.
Richard, thank you. Richard Gelfond, IMAX CEO.